Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right. A positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. Thanks for tuning in. We just finished our pre-show. You can check that out over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. Got extended episodes, all kinds of fun stuff. Maggie, what did we talk about in this week's pre-show?
Can't tell you.
That's right. Can't tell you. Maybe we talked about some Superman designs. Maybe we talked about our lawn care.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we sang Lizzo.
Maybe we talked about the fact that we never talked about our shirts matching in the last Kirby video.
We weren't supposed to talk about our shirts matching in this video either.
But I'm not talking about this video. I'm talking about the Kirby video.
So, if this is your first time watching, be sure and hit that like and subscribe button. You can also rate us on your favorite podcast networks. It definitely helps us out. If you want to give us 5 stars, we would appreciate it. Be sure and subscribe to this channel. Not only do we talk about Smallville, we also talk about other nerdy things, Marvel. We got other DC stuff. We react to trailers. We do all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's a whole kit and a caboodle.
That's right. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. And we'll see about making it better. But, yeah. I gotta tell you, Maggie, I'm pretty excited about this episode.
You are?
No, not really. But it's fun.
That's weird. It was weird.
It is really weird. But, before we talk too much about this week's episode, Maggie, I think it's time to go back. Because we're going back to Smallville. What?
It's time that we're going back. It's time.
I have to get the right...
I know, you have to get the right tense.
Yeah, because that's not the name of our show. It's time to go back to Smallville.
I think you need to make a saying so that you're not...
I probably shouldn't. Struggling for
I'm
it.
Sorry.
I don't know. No. I think people seeing the struggle bus is good.
You'd be like, hey, Maggie, you know what time it is? What? Time to go back to Smallville. Or we're going back.
It's not that easy, is it? It's not that easy, is it?
Guess what we're doing right now, Maggie? What? We're going back to Smallville.
Looks like we're going back to Smallville.
There you go.
We'll figure
there
it out.
You have it.
All right. Smallville, Season 1, Episode 7, Craving. Original air date, November 27th, 2001. We believe, if our calculations are correct...
I can figure it out.
That it was the Thanksgiving episode of Smallville that year. While Maggie's looking that up... Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. It was written by Michael Green, directed by Philip Segresia, who directed, or co-directed, I believe, Metamorphosis episode
this is making
2.
me feel old.
Why don't you just type in Thanksgiving 2001?
I found it.
All right. It's November 27th.
Okay.
Synopsis.
It wasn't quite.
But it was the week of Thanksgiving, right?
It was the week after.
So
right?
It was like a couple days after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the Thanksgiving episode. All right. Synopsis.
Apple can't even tell me if it was Thanksgiving the week before that.
Clark must save Pete from being wolfed down by a famished classmate on a crash diet. And Lex funds a study on the green meteor fragments, getting one step closer to the truth about Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Smallville, Episode 7, Craving. Maggie, before we get into the beat-by-beat breakdown... How you feel about Craving as an episode?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's not as gross as the Bugman episode.
Yeah.
But I mean, some things I like about it, like Clark is trying to get Lana's attention.
Yeah.
He's actually trying.
Be more active.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that aspect of it. I don't know. I like Amy Adams being in it.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
for sure. I mean, Amy Adams is awesome. Do what?
That's a spoiler.
That's fine.
No, I don't know.
I agree. I feel like it's hard to watch this episode now, because it does feel like they're almost. it's not mocking. Like, it's definitely not mocking. But, like, eating disorders is a very serious thing, right? Especially in high school.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people are very, you know...
Self-conscious,
insecure about their body image. They have poor body image because of what society puts on them.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, part of this episode, I mean, the fact that it's about this girl, this lady, this woman struggling with her self-image, right? Her body image. Like, and then that's almost used in a way to... Like, it never feels like anybody's trying to help her, you know? Like it's like at best they're poking fun at her for being overweight, and at worst they're saying like, yeah, see, look, it's and like, it's bad, you know?
Her dad tries. He tries, but like he's a single parent. He's kind of like, you know, if I don't work, I don't make money. Like, he's kind of pulled from every which way. Like, he's concerned about his daughter, but yeah, he's like, I've got to work in order to pay bills and stuff. But he is concerned about her. I mean, he did like mention like getting a therapist or a doctor involved. He even said, hey, you can't do this to yourself. Your body needs food. I can make this for you, or we can go get this.
But again, he's also the most forgettable character in the entire episode.
I know.
I mean, we spend a lot more. It's almost like they wrote him in just so they had to get out of jail free card
and
for
like
being problematic.
And like back then, and like even years before that, like I can remember thinking whenever I was in high school, I thought. And, like, even me and my friends look back on it, we were stupid for saying that we felt the way that we did.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's your body. You need to take care of it. You need to eat. And, you know, doesn't matter what you look like.
Yeah.
Everybody can deal with it.
Yeah, and obviously...
And things have changed so much.
Yeah.
So much since then.
And obviously, you know, we're not nutritionists, we're not doctors. So if you're watching this and you find yourself struggling with these same issues, know that this episode is not a great guiding light for you. And you should definitely, you know, seek out the advice and the help of medical professionals.
Yes.
You know, you're awesome.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't let stupid people dictate how you feel about yourself because of how you may look or not look. That's one of the most stupidest things that the people can force upon others is to make them feel bad about themselves.
Yeah.
And it's something that Superman wouldn't do. So you be Superman. Mm-hmm. And go talk to somebody. That was a terrible.
It's not wrong to seek out help for something you are struggling with.
Yeah, and definitely not do one of these crash diets like.
Oh gosh, no. We're speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Like, not good. It does not work.
Yeah, we did Slim Fast one time, and that I feel like I was losing my
god,
mind.
yeah, you got like a sinus infection during that time.
Yeah,
and then he went to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, what kind of you've lost weight? What kind of diet have you been on?" "Oh, I've been on Slim Fast." They're like, "Oh, you need to get off that right now."
Which was for me, obviously not necessarily for everybody. You know, some people it might be okay for, but like it was.
It's where we wasn't getting enough carbs.
Yeah, we did it the improper way.
Yeah,
sure.
And we felt like we was having emotional and mental breakdowns on a weekly basis because of that.
Yeah, daily basis by the end.
Yeah,
I mean, I was breaking down.
So there's the wrong way of handling these things, and there's the right way of which going to a doctor, talking to a therapist, seek out help. It's not wrong. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you stronger for that reason to go get help.
Absolutely.
So, and I mean, me and him can speak from experience in the past year.
Yeah.
We've had to get help for our mental stuff.
Oh, yeah, gosh.
So there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So we wanted to take a moment to kind of touch on that, with the episode being what it is. We may be maybe taking it too serious. I don't know, but we just didn't want this, especially with what they're dealing with. We didn't want that to go by without kind of touching on that. We probably won't touch on it much throughout the rest of the episode. No. But we just felt it was important from the get-go. So now let's dig into the episode. I feel like I need to have like for whatever we call this, the plot or whatever. Obviously, that's we can't use that.
The plot. The plot is
a
on lot.
Fire. It's a lot.
The plot. It's a lot. It's in a pot. It's really hot.
So we open up and we are in the greenhouse with Jody and her father. Now I believe this episode's hard for me to remember. Okay, like a lot of the ins and outs I don't really recall.
It shows her dad, I guess, walking in, seeing what she's doing.
Yeah, and she's like grounding up meteor rocks and like snorting it or something.
No, she's not. She's pulling like carrots and vegetables, various things that they've grown in the greenhouse.
But we do see the greenhouse. Get it, man?
There are meteor rocks in the dirt, yes. And which makes that weird sound every time they show the meteor rocks in Smallville.
That's not what it sounds like.
I think the dad brings up dinner, and she's like, "No, don't worry about it, Dad.
I'm good. I got my shake. Got my carrots.
I'm gonna eat this. This is the good stuff to eat. I'm gonna, do something with it.
Yeah.
Some to that extent."
And then we jump to school. Jody, not scary at all, cutting the heads off of supermodels.
And putting her face onto them.
Yeah.
Which.
Red flags,
yes, like, yes. But which Chloe finds humor in it. Yeah.
Chloe walks up and
she's like, all right.
Look at this. Look at you. That's one way to deal with them, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, old Dustin walks in, starts calling her a whale or something.
Yeah.
He's a huge jerk, right?
Oh, they even said before they went out in the hallway where they saw Dustin, they're like, "Oh, let's go get lunch," and she said, "Oh, okay," and she had started pouring. Sorry, I hit my microphone. Started pouring the smoothie out, which she basically juiced a bunch of vegetables together.
Yeah,
and it's green sludge. Basically, it's what happens. If you have spinach and stuff into the juicer, it does that.
Totally.
And so she's very happy and proud of herself for making this. Yeah. And like Pete and Chloe's like, what the heck?
That's disgusting.
That's gross. So Dustin comes, oh, look at that whale. Oh, gosh. What's her name?
I'm laughing at the way, Jody. I'm laughing at the way you're saying it, just so we're clear. He's a piece of crap.
Yeah, he is.
I even have on here the Dustin
he is a piece of crap.
Is like a butthole version of Skunky Beaumont from Disney's Doug. Whoa, Doug.
Whoa.
He's like that. Like, what a piece of crap.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Dustin ain't got no room to be talking crap about anybody. He looks like garbage,
We're not supposed to.
Listen, I'm not talking about his body weight. I'm saying himself, because
his behavior
on the inside, he is an ugly person, as well as on the outside.
Well, so, and Pete defends her.
Right.
He's like, hey, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that to her. And he's like, oh, you defended the big old whale.
Yeah.
You love whales.
By the way, her last name is Millwood. And
Jody Millwood.
And I guess the guy that wrote Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Millwood. Wait, I said Millwood. It's Moville.
I'm looking it up.
No, I've got it right here. Melville. Is her last name.
Jody Melville.
Yes.
Okay.
And
that's stupid.
Yeah.
God.
And they keep calling her a whale.
Not clever.
Yeah, it's stupid. All right. So then we jump.
And they bump into her and make her spill a smoothie all over herself.
Yes. Yeah. And then Pete's like, it sucks.
Yeah.
So then Jody goes home and she starts making more shakes. And I don't remember if it happens here. I think maybe she steps on the scale and like notices that she loses a bunch of weight, because we go into the opening credits. I mean, something has to happen here to make us realize, like, oh, hey, this isn't as all it's cracked up to be. Like, there's some sort of tease.
like
because she does that more than once.
Yeah, she makes more shakes, but I think it shows her crying. Like, she's crying while she's making it.
And then I think she steps on it, and like that's when she starts losing like 20 pounds. Because it happens more than once.
I feel like her stomach starts gurgling, like, and she pulls up her shirt, and you can see like looks like a parasite
when she
crawling.
steps on the scale.
Yeah. I think you're right. Okay. Yeah, and she like lost like 20 pounds.
Yeah, which is scary. And then like
I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to happen today.
They take off part of her suit, like part of her fat suit, to make her look thinner but still more heavy than Amy Adams.
Yeah,
it's so dumb. And then of course, fade to black. Somebody save me. That's awful.
Next week we'll go. Next week we'll go low.
Just wait till you see what Remy Zero looks like. They look like
are they a bunch of old men?
It looks like they look like Nickelback was Moby.
Oh no. Oh no.
I love how we're like don't body shame people. Like they look like Nickelback was Moby.
I'll smack him. How about that?
So we come back from the opening credits. We are at
from
Lex's.
Clark zooming out fast.
Lex is getting a physical from the doctor.
Oh,
he's like, Lex, you're as healthy as a horse's ass.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, thanks, doc. And he's like, well, you have
your
this
white
one
cell
thing.
count is
yeah, he's like, you got this one thing, but you know it's Smallville.
And
so
Lex is like,
is
it leukemia? Like he's like naming off all these things he knows.
And Lex is like,
associated with.
why wouldn't you worry about it in Smallville? Like, what's wrong with Smallville? And he's like, well, some people think that it's because of the Luthor plant, the crap factory, that's polluting the area around here. And Lex is like, hey, F you, buddy. It's not because of the crap factory. Take your stupid tests and cram them up your butthole. And so they do more tests on Lex. So then we go to Lana's, and Clark's in there, and they're planning the party. Nell's on the phone. It sounds like she's scheduling the invasion of Normandy.
Yeah, right? And Clark's helping with math stuff.
Because you know Clark
because
math, that's one of his superpowers.
Because Chloe and Pete mentioned something about it.
Yes.
And Jody's like, well, doesn't Clark usually help you with algebra?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, he's on Lana duty.
Yeah. A equals LANA. Am I right?
Yeah. In which this is Lana's party is one of the main reasons why Jody is doing what she's doing. She wants to look good for the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lana's party. The biggest
Might
event
as well be Nell's party.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why Lana says it.
And we were trying to figure this out. How old is she turning? It's not sweet 16.
Because I feel like, okay, I didn't have
14 or is she turning 15?
15. And like, does Nell have money? Like,
I mean, she owns a flower shop. She's been rubbing shoulders with the Luthors. Remember when Lana met Lex doing the breaststroke with that one lady in the pool? You know.
I guess so, but like that's never been like very straightforward. Like,
yeah, maybe
there's not a lot of money to be made.
It's the insurance money. It's the insurance money,
and you got a really good conspiracy.
She gets taxes for being able to claim Lana as a dependent. Yeah, think about that. And
constantly remind Lana of her trauma.
She also has a small business. You know,
there was a small business.
Hey man, I'm just
crap
saying.
Back then.
I'm just saying, Smallville. You know, it is what it is. The meteor capital of the world. They're trying to pull people in. Let's give out some tax breaks. You know,
like I understand. Like I had friends growing up that had birthday parties, like especially into teenage years, because they're like, let's invite boys over or something. You know, but
play old spin the bottle, right?
No, never
7
did.
minutes in heaven.
Never did.
A little touchy feel.
No. But like,
it's not a game.
But like we talked about their ages. We believe that they're 15, and I feel like if this was
they're 14
or 14, my bad.
Yeah.
And we believe if this was, to me, if this was a Sweet 16, this would be made a bigger deal.
Yes.
because, 16's a pretty big deal for like American girls. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's strange. Interesting story about me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a sweet 16.
Really?
I had a sassy 16.
What the hell does that mean?
I just switched out. I didn't want to be sweet 16. I want to be sassy 16.
So was it still a party?
It's still a party.
So it was the exact same.
Yeah, except
But you said sassy.
sassy.
Oh my god. You're incorrigible. All right.
Yes.
So wait, is that the first time you were sassy and it just stayed that way for the next 16 years? You want to have another sassy 33?
Yeah. Sassy 33.
33 was the age Jesus was when he died.
Stop.
So
stop saying that to people.
So
that's so cool.
We go back to school. Jody lost 20 pounds or so overnight. Nobody thinks anything about it. And she sees Pete. She asks Pete out.
Yeah,
and
good
Pete's
for her.
Dumbfounded, and asked Pete to go to the Lana party.
And Clark kind of like pushes him.
It's like he'd be happy to.
He'd be happy to go.
Yeah.
Because I think Pete's kind of like dumbfounded at the fact that she's lost so much weight within 24 hours.
I think it's that.
Also he does like her.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know how to respond to a girl asking him out.
Yeah.
I think it's more that than he doesn't want to go. Yeah. Because throughout the rest of the episode, he never does anything to suggest
No. And never really, beforehand, it never showed him, not one to be around her because they were all friendly around her, even asking for homework help from her. Yeah. So, yeah, I think a part of him's like, I really do like her.
He's
but
a teenage boy. Teenage boys are stupid. Sometimes they
teenagers are stupid, period.
Push, that is very true. So, Lana at the Kents, she's talking about, like, hey, I gotta do some crap for the party. And Jonathan's like, well, listen, Lana, I got a great idea. All right, we got these horses, okay? What if you ride in on these horses? And she's like, I don't know, Jonathan. I don't know if I could ride the horses. He's like, but Lana, here's the thing about these horses. They're special, Lana. All right? As you're walking in,
what's so special about
as
them,
you're going
Mr.
in,
Kent?
They will trot.
Yeah. They'll trot. What else?
They'll drop you off.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back to the farm.
Nothing else.
No. They're just standard horses.
Well, then Martha comes by and she has an idea for the party.
Yeah?
Yeah. She said, we got all these cows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
what if we milk the cows?
Right.
And have gallons.
Everybody.
Upon gallons of milk.
Favor.
No. It's not a party favor, Matt.
Okay.
What if we have a milk drinking contest?
And so we just get all these jars.
Yeah.
And everybody just drinks this milk.
Drinks this many jars of milk.
Jonathan comes in and he's like, Martha, you're forgetting. We can't have all this milk around these horses. You know what happens to these horses when they drink this milk, Martha? They start screaming, Martha! The horses are screaming, Martha! They're screaming! We gotta stop screaming!
Our child's sleeping.
Then Clark walks in. He's like, did somebody say milk?
Anyways.
He's like chugging that milk.
Get you drink.
I've been beating these posts. And Lana's like, oh, how'd you do that, Clark? And he's like, oh, a hammer and shovel. And she's like, man, Clark, you really must have worked up an appetite. He's like, oh, it's fine. I've been drinking this milk all day.
What brings you over here, Lana? I just need to escape my Aunt Nell for a bit. Oh, well, since Whitney won't be there.
Whitney can't be there because he's off trying out for the sports, the big old
Kansas
sports
State.
team.
He found out that something happened to one of the people that was going to be on the team.
And now he's got a shot.
He's got a shot. And Lex kind of,
Well, we'll find out more about that here in a minute. Find out more about that. So then Clark's like, well, since Whitney can't be there, Lana, can I be your
person. Can I be your friend?
Yeah, as a friend. And he's like, I'll help beat off the adoring fans or something like that. And she's like, Clark, I don't want to hear you talk about.
And this whole entire time, Martha's like,
like, you completely just
I'm going to. I made it through the screaming horse bit.
She's like, all right, well, I better get on. That sounds great. Thanks, Clark. And then Martha's
Clark.
like, oh, so you're going to beat off her fans, huh? And he's like, let's just go on, Mom.
We're just friends.
Jeez.
And she's like, you better get him. No, it was Chloe that says that. My bad. You go ahead.
All right. So then,
I'm getting ahead of myself.
We go back to Jody at home. And the shakes are working too well.
Yeah.
She's lost another 20 pounds. Now she looks like Amy Adams, normal Amy Adams, regular Amy Adams. But she is so hungry. So she gets in the fridge and she's like,
shows her
she can
eating,
find, you know,
eating all kinds of stuff.
And so then she hops in the car. She's like, we're out of food. I gotta get more food. So she hops in the car. It's raining, and she's trying to eat.
Fast
She's got
food,
like a milkshake and fries from Pals, and like she can't finish it off. So
there's a Pals in Smallville.
Oh, it's raining, and she rams right into a deer.
Oh man, and it crushed her windshield. Man,
she
this sucks.
Like, oh, I'm sorry, dear. Oh, but my God, you look so tasty. And then she unhinges her jaw and it grows 8 feet tall. She can swallow an entire human being. And she just goes to town on this deer, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Rips it to shreds.
Oh, she doesn't.
Yes, she does. It's in the animal place here in a little bit. They say it looks like jerky.
Yeah, because, well, never mind.
Because she rips it to shreds. And,
that's
and her mouth looks like the mummy.
Yes, it does.
What?
No, that's not why it looks like jerky.
And then it says, Maggie, what did you say when we saw this?
I said, why did her mouth do that? No, it's more, why did her mouth do that?
So then we cut the commercial.
Because we're also eating dinner during this episode. Yeah. Just to let y'all know, FYI.
We're just having deer.
So, you wouldn't eat it.
Venison. All right. So then, we're back at the barn with Clark and Chloe. And Chloe is like, my God, Clark, you gotta see this deer. It looks like jerky. It looks like somebody just popped out and said, snap into a Slim Jim, all right?
But after she said all of this, she said, you're going with Lana to the party. I hope you get her a better present than what you got me for Christmas or birthday last year. You better do way better than that.
What do you get her? Did we ever find out?
I don't know. Like, there's a few jokes that Clark makes, like, I got gift certificates to somewhere, to somebody, to Martha later
jug
on.
Of milk. Here's a jug of milk and a screaming
free
horse.
Here you go. Free ride on a screaming horse.
So she's like, hey Clark, do you still have pull with the animal shelter? No, animal control. And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
and she's
sure.
like, well, take me down there, because
take me on down and I'll help you.
That looks like jerky.
No,
and I need you to help me, because this is Smallville, land of the weird, home of the strange. Bum.
And she says, and if you do this, if you help me, I'll help you pick out Lana's birthday present
for Lana.
And he's like, oh, okay. And then all in the background,
So then we go to animal control, and Chloe's like, oh, so your pull was, hey, can I use your bathroom?
Yeah.
And he's like, it worked, doesn't it?
It worked.
The Kent charm, right?
And then they go down this hallway, and while Chloe's not looking, he
smashes in the window, and he rips the door off the hinges, and he's like, I gotta find this deer! I'm hungry! I need some jerky!
No, he saw Amy
Chloe's like, what the hell are you doing? And Clark is like, ah! I'm so hungry. I've been drinking milk. I need deer meat.
No.
And then she gets in there. They see the see
the
the
lock
deer.
on the door.
She takes pictures with her camera.
And Clark lifts up the cover while she's taking pictures. He's like, "Oh,
it
looks like jerky."
I told you.
Yes, but it's not. He doesn't say anything about being torn to shreds. He says it looks like jerky. That means all the what's been sucked out of it, Matt.
And then we go to Lex's house.
Wow.
And what's Lex doing?
We're just gonna leave our listeners on a hook there.
They got it. They figured it out. So then
Billy didn't figure it out.
What's Lex doing? He's got his laptop open. He's making sure nobody's looking. Right. He goes into incognito mode. And he types in thetorch.com. And he starts looking up the torch. And then that's it. That's all we got. That's all that happens right there.
But he sees the thing about the
deer and the jerky.
Yeah, but something about the meteors.
Yeah, probably. So then we go back to the school.
You need to start paying attention to details, buddy.
He doesn't say anything. There's nothing said there. He sees the torch. All right. So then we go back to Jody's house, and she's in the bathroom, and the shake is still working too well. And I think this is when her dad leaves.
Yeah, he knocks on the door and he says, "Sweetie, I'd like to tell you bye. I have to go to Metropolis for a few days for a business deal."
He's like, "I just want you to be happy with your body."
Yeah,
and
he's
like, "I am happy."
He's like, "I'd like to see you before I go." And she said, "I'm indecent. I don't think you need to see me like this." He said, "I love you the way that you are."
Yeah.
He's like, "You need to talk to a therapist. When I come back, maybe we can make that happen."
Yeah.
He says, "You need to be happy with what body you've been given."
Yeah. She's like, "I am happy."
I am happy, Dad.
Yeah.
I am happy. And so he leaves, and then it shows her bathroom floor covered in fast food wrappers and bags
Deer
and everything.
jerky,
And she
jugs
looks,
of milk,
she
screaming
looked
horse heads.
like even though she's happy that she's lost all this weight,
Right.
she just doesn't understand why
Right.
she's eating
Right.
all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we go to the school, and Clark walks into the torch, and who should be sitting there?
Lex.
Old cue ball himself,
Lexi Poo.
And he's like, "Oh, what's all this there about the wall of the weird, huh?" And he's like,
And
yeah,
Clark's like, "Yeah, Chloe
some
thinks."
people think the meteor rocks are to blame for crazy things in Smallville. And he's like, "Well, that's a lot better than blaming the old shit factory, let me tell you." And then Lex is like, "I'm going to talk to this old Chloe. And, oh, what's this guy? Is that Dr. Hamilton? Who's that? We'll find out later." So then...
Golly, easy. You about to smack me with that.
So then Jody's at school, and man, is she hungry. Just that tummy is just going... "Rrr." And then who should she walk upon? Dustin. And Dustin's like, "Hey, yo, Jody, you been looking mighty fine. Let me see if I get a piece
Whatever
of that
you're
cake.
doing.
Nom, 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 nom.
Whatever you're doing's really working.
And Jody's like, "Listen here, you piece of crap." Yeah, like, come on, dude. It's been 2 days. Like, somebody, like, give her some help or something. Like, Jesus, you know? This is not healthy.
Oh, Pete hears her stomach before that.
Yeah.
He's like, "I think you need to go see a nurse."
She's like, "Yeah, it's fine.
I'm fine. I'll see you for Lana's party."
I want to miss it for the world." So then she's like, "Hey, Dustin, let's go make out."
You want some of this, don't you?
Yeah. And so then they walk off, and now Clark and Lana are at the school. They're outside, and they're talking, and Lana's like, "God, I freaking hate my Aunt Nell.
It's Nell's party." That's all she says. It's Nell's party.
And she's like, "I haven't had a good birthday since the only 2 birthdays that were good that I've ever had was the one where Nell gave me a piece of the rock that killed my freaking parents."
No,
and
that's adoption day.
The second one, the favorite birthday, was when I went to the drive-in with my mommy and daddy before they got hit by a meteor. And we sat in the truck, and it rained, and I watched Bugs Bunny cartoons, and it was the best
And I fell asleep before the movie
last
started.
time I ever felt safe.
And
because
Clark.
the next day, they got murdered by an
God,
asteroid.
Matt.
They
Jesus.
did. They did.
Okay. So, Clark, you could see the wheels just turning in his head. Like,
He's like, milk.
No.
Drive-in.
He's like, "Idea for a gift."
Yeah. But while he's thinking that, oh, what? Jody and Dustin are sneaking off into the basement of the thing. I better go in there and make sure everything's okay because I'm using my X-ray vision. It looks like she just mouthed this dude's entire body.
They didn't see them go in there.
I've heard it both ways. So Clark's walking around the basement. He's like, "Hey, where'd Jody go?" And then a mummy attacks Clark and is like, "Help me!"
Clark, quit hitting Mark there. It's sore.
It's like, help me, Clark. And he's like, "Oh my God, it's
like
Boba.
It's like the alien from Men in Black.
Spuds McKenzie.
Orion's bells.
So then he's like, jeez, this is weird. But then you say Jody eats Dustin, and you said,
yeah, suck the life out of him, Sailor Moon style.
And so,
that's what I thought she was doing. God,
I mean, she did. She sucked the fat out of him.
She sucked the fat.
And the
liposuction
just walks away.
That's not Doctor Who.
So next we roll over to old Dr. Hamilton's house. His name was Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
His name was Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
How does the bastard learn about meteor rocks in this small town, right? How does he do it? Like, Lex walks in, he's like, "Hey, a little bit more about these meteor rocks."
Jesus.
And Dr. Hamilton's like, "You get the out of my house.
I don't want you around here.
Here's your keychain, you piece of shit. Get the hell out of here.
What are you doing sniffing around
Dawson." And they're like, "I made the Terminator, you piece of crap. Get out of here.
Stop, boy."
And then Lex like, hey, cool. Keep it cool, daddy. Everything's going to be fine. Lex gets back in his car and he speeds off, all right? And then Alexander Hamilton is like, "It's fine. I got to go see a man about a horse."
So pretty much Lex offers him money. He doesn't want
Hamilton
no part.
Says, "Listen, keep your $10 bill, all right?" So
no, I need the show notes.
Lex is like, "You know what? I'm gonna call up Aaron Burr, and we're gonna handle this." So then Clark is back at school.
Yeah.
Something happens, and so then we join Lana at Lex's, and Lana is there, and she's like seeing the final stuff being put together, and she's like, "Yeah, I got, Clark's supposed to join me, help me get through this." And Lex is like,
"He'll be here."
It's too bad about the quarterback not being able to help. And she's like, "Yeah, he was able to get a thing, to try out for Kansas State." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that. Apparently somebody had to drop out last minute. What a shame."
And then Matt's like, "Oh my God. Lex did it."
Lex is stirring the tea.
No, he's
That's what you've been saying.
brewing. He's brewing the tea and drinking
That's what witches do. A witch's brew.
Steeping the tea? Is that what you want me to say?
No,
Steeping?
stirring the tea. You said
No,
stirring the
it's not
pot.
no.
Stirring the pot of tea.
Stirring the pot.
The
That's
teapot.
one thing. But he's
Short
also
and stout. Here's his handle. So then we go back. And Clark and Chloe are Clark's getting ready for the party, right? And Clark's like, "I don't know. I was in school. I don't know what I was doing. So now I'm back here at home and trying to go to Lana's."
Well, Chloe brings up the fact that Dustin,
yeah.
he was like, he's fine. He'll be okay.
Dust.
But it's like he had.
Do you know what that was?
I don't want to know what it is.
Scott Pilgrim is spreading around. "You'll be dust by Monday." It's like, because the maid, she has the weekends off.
Oh my God. Anyways.
Chicken isn't vegan?
No, it's not. God. Anyways.
Milk and eggs,
Chloe
bitch.
says that Dustin had been liposuction, like all the fat had left his body. And then they start to putting the pieces together, as it has been happening for like the past 2 to 3 episodes. It's always Chloe and Clark putting the pieces together. Chloe says, oh yeah, turns out it was Jody's car that hit the deer the other night. And was Dustin bullying Jody the other day?
And I saw Jody unhinge her jaw and swallowed Dustin whole.
And then Clark, the gears working in his brain again. Light bulb goes off. Ding, 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 ding. Oh my God, Pete. I need to go get to him.
I gotta get Pete.
Screw this party.
So we go, and Pete's at Jody's. He's picking her up. Jody's wearing her red dress, and she's like, excellent. So Jody walks out, and Pete's like, here's your flowers or something. I don't freaking know. He's like, you look great.
He said, that dress looks amazing. And she said, it was my mom.
And then Jody's stomach starts gurgling. She's like, Pete, you gotta leave.
I gotta
go inside. And Pete's like,
do you need to go to the hospital?
She's like, no, I'll be fine. And she goes inside. Then Pete
follows her inside.
Yeah, it's like, Pete, maybe she's got diarrhea, man. Like, maybe she doesn't want you around to hear, the Hershey squirts.
I mean, I think it shows more of Pete's character that, like, if he cares about someone, he's going to go check up on
what
him.
the stink smells like.
Oh my God.
Matt,
stop.
What?
Stop.
Dropping bombs, man. I'm just saying. Maybe that's what's going on.
No.
Maybe that's what's going on. He doesn't know
what's going on.
All he knows is he hurt her stomach. She doesn't want him around. She's been drinking green crap all week. Like, bathroom stuff happens. It happens to all of us. I read a book once. Everybody poops.
Hey, you know what else? Bad stuff happens in the bathroom.
So then Clark comes in and he's like, Pete, you're going to get sucked if you don't stop. And Jody's like, bah! And she pushes Pete to the ground. Pete's knocked out, right? So then he's like, Jody, you gotta quit. You gotta quit sucking everybody. And Jody's like, I can't stop. I need the fat. I need to suck the fat.
I can't stop eating. I'm just hungry all the time.
And she's like, now, Clark, I want to suck you. And so they go to the greenhouse. And he's like, Jody, stop. And she sets herself on fire.
She tries to...
Yeah, she sees her reflection. She's like, what have I become?
She becomes upset with herself.
She unhinges the gas and blows up the greenhouse.
I'm sorry, that's not how those work. I'm sorry.
So I forget, does she die or does Clark save her?
Clark saves her.
Okay. I can't remember.
Clark saves her. And that they had to take her to a facility far away.
Yeah, we find that out. So after the greenhouse thing, Lana is alone at the party.
Yeah, and Lex
comes out there and he's like, I know that face. I've seen it 1,000 times. If I've seen it once, I bet you dollars to donuts. You're pretty miserable at your own party, huh?
And he's like, I used to do the same thing at the Luthor's Christmas party.
And she's like, oh, I thought my friends were going to be here, but once again, I am alone. At least Whitney bought me this book about John F. Kennedy. And then we go back to the Kents, and Clark's at home, and they're like, Jody's going to be okay, Clark. The police said blah, blah, blah. I'm going to send him somewhere.
Yeah.
He's like, I really hate that I left Lana alone again.
And Chloe said, well, what about her birthday present? He said, oh, well, he had said earlier that Lex helped him out.
Yes. And he's like, well, I can at least still give her present. And then we cut to Enrique Iglesias.
No, not yet.
It starts playing.
No, he throws a couple rocks and then it starts playing. You gotta be good.
Why don't you describe the scene while I sing?
So Clark throws some rocks. You better be good. And Lana opens up windows. Oh, pretty good. I can make it through. And she's like, what are you doing here? And Clark's like, oh, Jesus. motorcycle went flying by.
Did you tremble?
Clark's like, I need to still give you your birthday present. I know I can't make up for missing the party, but I can at least give you your birthday present. She said, oh, tomorrow? No, right now. And so it cuts over to them watching
the Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny in the pickup truck.
In a big
eating popcorn.
Truck.
In a pickup truck. Yes. And drinking drinks.
I can be a hero.
And you see Lana just scrunched up like a little girl at the movies, you know, eating popcorn. Or drinking a drink. And she's like, hand over the popcorn. And you see she's so happy. And that's the end.
You can take my breath away. That's the end. What do you think, Maggie?
Well, I want to applaud you on being good.
Oh, thanks. You should really look up Jimmy Fallon doing his impression of Enrique Iglesias. That's great. We immediately watched that after watching this episode. All right, let's get into our segments. Countdown to Billy.
Yeah.
We are 84 weeks away until Billy arrives on the Going Back to Smallville podcast. Let's talk about what?
Does this mean from this point?
Yes.
Not from the point when it airs?
No. It's from this episode.
So from when this airs?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I was making sure. I was like, Jesus.
No, because I did the math based on the episodes. Okay. And so we were on episode 6.
Okay.
Right? So I removed 6 from the total.
Yeah.
So regardless, it's 84 weeks for us till we have Billy on the podcast.
Okay.
And it'll also be 84 weeks from the time they watch this till the time they watch that episode, because there will always be that gap between.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. You probably have explained this to me, and
hey, you know what?
My brain was probably mush, so I apologize.
Hey, that's the countdown to Billy. Next up, let's talk about the Freak of the Week.
Major Funky.
So we got Jody Melville, aka Be Kind to Yourself, is what I'm calling her. Her person.
Be good to yourself.
Her powers: she sucks fat. So we're gonna rank the current ranking for the Freaks of the Weeks. Okay, I can never say that right.
Freaks of the Week.
At number 1, we got Cassandra and Harry Lloyd. At number 2, we got Coach.
Oh, okay.
To 25 years.
Jesus God.
At number 3, we got Tina, aka Flana. At number 4, we got Heat Sucking Horn Dog. At number 5, we got Freakazoid. And at number 6, we got Bug Boy. So where would you put Jody Melville? Melville. I'm thinking
above Heat Sucking Horn.
I'm with you. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking because I don't like Tina more, and honestly, this being Amy Adams is like, she's like that, excels the character, right? Mm-hmm. But I find this whole episode a bit gross. Yeah, you know, just in concept. But not as bad as Heat Sucking Horn Dog like that. It's just all right. So the new
cold
ranking.
I'm cold.
I got Jody Melville at number 4. Be kind to yourself. All right.
Your arms tonight.
Number 1, Cassandra and Harry Lloyd. Number 2, Coach. Number 3, Tina, aka Flana. Number 4, Jody Melville, aka Be Kind to Yourself. Number 5, Heat Sucking Horn Dog. Number 6, Freakazoid. And number 7, Bug Boy. Bug Boy. That's been the Freak of the Week. Next up, no flats, no tots. Did they break the rule this week?
Nope.
Did they?
No. I didn't see any tights. Didn't see any flights.
No, I agree. I don't think that either.
I hate when you do that.
All right, let's talk about some DCU references.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it.
I'm going to make a face every time.
Okay, for the freeze frame.
Yeah.
Freeze frame. So this episode marks the beginning of Lex Luthor's obsession with the meteor rocks, which will be known as
You're an
Kryptonite
obsession. You're my obsession.
Mr. Grinch. You truly are a fool. Jodie Melville was played by Amy Adams, who also plays Lois Lane in the Snyderverse. Dr. Stephen Hamilton was portrayed by Joe Morton, who eventually played Dr. Silas Stone in the Snyderverse. Think about that. There was also another Professor Emil Hamilton. So this is Dr. Stephen Hamilton, but there is in DC Comics a Emil Hamilton, right? That character also is in the Snyderverse, played by, and I had it down, but I got rid of it. The actor that plays Toby Ziegler on The West Wing and Man of Steel.
Huh.
Yeah, that was Dr. Hamilton. But I believe it's been proven that this is not that Hamilton.
Okay.
This is Stephen Hamilton. There was Emil Hamilton. So
Dr. Stephen Hamilton.
Yeah, no news if they're related.
Dr. Stephen Hamilton.
And there's a million things he could have done.
Yeah.
But Maggie, did you know this isn't the last time we'll see him?
No.
Just you wait.
Okay.
Just you wait. Let's talk about the Talon mix.
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Rumi Zero!
I love that you still don't know what the Talon is.
No.
Like, we've been calling this the Talon mix for 7 weeks.
I have no clue, y'all.
It's like
No.
the Talon doesn't exist yet. Sorry, that was gross. So the first song we have is called Slide by Dido.
Yeah.
I won't go down with this ship. It's not the same song.
No, it's not.
Innocent by Fuel. Invisible by Third Eyed Blind.
Ooh.
And of course, the needle drop of the episode.
I will be your hero, baby.
Wow.
I will kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You kiss my breath away.
Hero by Enrique Iglesias was the needle drop of the episode. I gotta say, not my favorite. It was fun. I feel like at this point, and what's funny is this is going to be a trope for the rest of the series. But I feel like we've already reached a point where Lana should be just honestly done with Clark for good. Like, he has already let her down too many times. And we're only on episode 7. It's going to happen at least 100 more times.
We're in the CW and they're teenagers and they're stupid.
Yeah, it was
Stupid teenagers.
But yeah, that is the
Hormones.
Because
That is
they're
the
hormones. Think about it.
hors d'oeuvres.
Next time on Smallville, episode 8, Jitters. And just for those in the know, I have in parentheses the number 1.
So
Here's the thing. I don't remember.
Jitters a coffee place?
I don't remember. No, that's the Flash.
I just had to say it. I'm sorry.
So I want to say, and let me turn my Wi-Fi back on so that I can look this up. If this is the Jitters episode I'm thinking of, because there are 2 characters that I commonly refer to as Jitters 1 and Jitters 2.
Okay.
So, and I believe this is Jitters 1, which would make sense, right? And if this is that episode, then don't look. It is. It is. Okay. This is a really good episode.
Okay.
I feel like this is one of the episodes that kind of solidified Smallville's, like, for me, of it being able to kind of stretch its creative wings and, like, I think it even made itself realize, like, it can be more than just a teen drama or just, you know, like a Buffy clone. Like, I feel like this next episode really shows, like, oh, hey, we can kind of do things totally different and, like, be tonally way different than normal. And it works. Like, there's this one, and then there's one, I think it's in season 3 that involves Lionel Luthor in a building. I'll just leave it at that. Anybody that's watched the show. But, like, both of those are kind of similar. And, yeah, really good. Really good episode. So, Jitters 1. Jitters 1. Just you wait. Just you wait. I'm going to get a scholarship to King's College. Something. I don't know the rest of the words. All right. That's going to do it for us. Thank you for watching, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Definitely join us next week when we talk about Jitters. I think it's a really fun one. Probably one of my favorite episodes from season 1. If you liked this, you can help support the hopefully awesomeness of us. You can like us on YouTube. You can subscribe to us. You can follow us on all the social platforms that we have listed below, including TikTok, Twitter. You can rate us, please, 5 stars, on different podcast networks. We're on the Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify. We would appreciate that. Or if you'd really like to go above and beyond, you can also support us over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can get extended versions of shows just like this one, because we're getting ready to kick it into the post show. So if you'd like to see that, head on over to the patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. Until then, thanks for watching, and as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.
Later days.
Later days.